The Frame Center Podcast.
All right, Frame Center Podcast, back at you. All right, we got to get some intro music for this Frame Center Podcast.
I'm working on it right now.
Yep, we're gonna get some of that going. A little, little intro of, maybe some framing,
Get some noises of the machines going there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yep, get
the cassis firing off some stuff.
Yeah.
The mat cutter,
overlay that with a little beat, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, that's something we got to get on the agenda. Successful recording last time. Now we're back at it, trying a second time.
Round 2.
Yep, round 2. Working on getting another Frame Center Podcast host. Going to try to find the right person to join us.
Some guest appearances.
Guest appearances today. Hopefully we get them both to show up and big time event for Hanover Days coming up.
Yeah, the Hanover Days Celebration Juried Art Show.
Yep. Kicking off the whole Hanover Days weekend. It's Hanover Days, what is that, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. It'll be
Carnival, Battle of the Bands, vendor tents. Maybe next year we'll have a vendor tent.
Ooh, sell the merch.
Yep, conflict this year. We didn't, we couldn't get someone to man the booth. But maybe we'll figure those details for next year.
It's timing. It's all about timing.
Yep. We kick off the weekend here with the Hanover Days Art Show. That's what's that, Thursday?
Well, Thursday's the night of the reception. Yeah, it'll run the 21st through July 29th. So it'll be up for quite a while, but it will be Thursday the 23rd from 5:30 p.m. to 7. We'll have the open reception night with all the artists and the awards and ceremonies going on then. And we'll have the little refreshment and
nice.
Something to go along with it. It'll be a nice night for that.
Nice. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have enough big enough turnout that we'll have to use the auxiliary parking lot next door over at the post office.
Yep, that would be nice. Yeah, look at some art.
Yeah,
have a couple free drinks, a couple snacks.
Yeah, years past we've had quite a few people show up. This year we've got over 50 entries from different artists, and quite a few of them from here in the store themselves.
Yep.
So that way, when all you people come in asking, how is it we know what we have to do for the right thing for your own artwork, we go through the same problem. We have to frame our own stuff, so you'll be able to see our pieces on display.
Yep, I think that's nice too. It's nice when sometimes for when we had the pieces up downstairs, when you're working with somebody and being able to show them what some of the work that you do as well. If you're helping somebody select something for their stuff.
Yeah, examples and things from photography to acrylic, fine art, watercolor. We all pretty much everyone here covers one of the subject matters that we go through.
No pastel artists, I don't believe.
Oh, that's true. We don't have a pastel artist. Well,
I'll
scribble something down.
Yeah, we'll have to put one together.
Check that box off there.
Cloud was messing around with those pastels for one of the social media
there you
posts,
go.
I believe.
That's true. That's true. We'll dabble.
Yep.
We'll dabble. But, we got quite a few entries. We got several 3D sculptures in. We've got some watercolors, acrylics, oils, photographs. We got a lot this year. One entry per person this year just because we weren't sure how many people were going to show up for this, and we didn't want to have so many pieces up that it was so crowded that you couldn't really focus on one piece at a time. So we limited it to one for this year, just for the first one coming back, since it's our first time back since 2019.
Yep.
In the before times, when things were normal, and this will be our first social gathering back here at the Frame Center for our big to-do here. But it'd be nice to have people, large group in the building again. Mm-hmm.
And again, I think it's nice to have, everybody, some of the people from here having, pieces entered. And you touched on, one entry per person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of a nice fit also, because going to an art show and seeing there's one from that person, and
But
then
three
like
or
five,
four from
yeah,
the
like
other,
five
yeah.
from somebody else. It's kind of I don't know, maybe mildly obnoxious.
It can overtake a show too, especially if their pieces are larger or
Yep.
if they're grouped together. Usually we try to spread everyone out if there were multiple entries in years before. Luckily we don't really have to worry too much about this. It'll be basically just have the space, get it up on the wall, have a little separation, let people focus on one picture at a time, and really take the pieces in, which will be nice.
Yeah.
Plus it's our new gallery space. It's the first time we've had this
Yep.
open with a designated gallery area.
Yeah, it's definitely nice, and I think it's going to, show well. I'm proud to show it off. Got the what do you call that? The barn door.
Oh yeah, the big
We
sliding
find
barn
the frame
door.
frame center sign in to get that back up in place.
Yeah.
But the place looks nice. We've done quite a bit on the of cleaning things up, repainted. Changed the trim. The whole
It should be a whole new experience when
get this
people come
nice
in.
tile wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still adding to it.
Yep.
More to come.
Who knew that? Yeah, who knew when Elizabeth came on board that she was a master mason, tiling away.
Flip this frame center,
grouting tile like crazy. But it's nice. Things. Excited to get some people in here. Especially people that haven't necessarily been in before. It's a good excuse to get them in the doors and to see the operation, see some of the samples downstairs.
Yep. Social media team's been doing a good job of getting that out. So we've had a lot of new people join up recently.
Yep.
So hopefully we can get some of them to come in. That'd be nice.
Yeah, you can go downstairs. The bars will be set up on the table, so
And if it's a hot night, the AC's working. It'll
Yep.
be a great night
All
to come.
four.
Exactly.
all areas. That's true. That's a bonus.
Hold on. We knock on wood there just in case I just jinxed us there.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a couple people shooting pucks out back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. If the lighting should be still good till about 8 o'clock that night.
Nice. So that'll be fun. A fun event having the people by to see the space. Kind of mingle about, have a couple snacks, see things, talk to some of the frame center staff.
Yeah.
Get explanations of their artwork.
Yep, exactly.
Their photography. Their I know that you actually had put together a video once a while back too with the what is it called? The acrylic pours.
Oh yeah. We're playing around with those again. Finally had some time to myself to do those. I've got one of those in the show myself this year. So we'll be doing a few more of those as time goes on. We'll get some of those up on the socials.
But you're not from Hanover, so you're not eligible for the
special
big
coveted
event.
prize. No,
Yep.
but you know who is.
One of our guests. Yeah, hopefully we're gonna get Mary up here for a couple minutes.
Oh, I'm sure she'll come up and join us. But she's won it 4 years in a row now.
Yep.
Those ones all featured a piece from Hanover. This year it'll be, if she wins, it's because she's from Hanover. Because this year's entry, a little different from Duxbury, I believe, the one she's putting in, but still beautiful just the same. Nice little landscape shot.
Yep.
But, hopefully she'll go for the win number 5. She's catching up to Brady there.
Yep. I think Mark didn't enter. He's a Hanover resident.
No, Mark didn't put one in this year. Sonny did, though. Our new guy, Sonny.
Yep.
So he's our contender.
Yep. We'll see.
So far.
And who knows? I'm sure there's countless other Hanover residents that are excited about Hanover Days that are going to be entering some pieces as well.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we should see about grabbing Mary. And,
let's go see if we can find where she's at.
Back at it. We have Mary joining us, the 4-time champion, or what's that called? 4-time winner of the greatest Hanoverian.
The Hanover Excellence Award.
Hanover
Excellence.
Award.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And we got some competition this year. We have Sunny, and then I'm sure countless other Hanover artists joining as well. But maybe Mary wants to give us a little bit of her background. Tell us how she became the Hanover Excellent Award winner for 4 years in a row, going for 5.
The favored.
The odds-on favorite.
Exactly.
Well, you have to either be a Hanover resident or have your artwork of something in Hanover.
Yeah.
So I was chosen each time.
Nice. Well, congratulations on your past
you.
wins, and we're happy to have Mary's skills here as well.
I was
Working-
going for the 5th win, and COVID came in and kind
Oh,
of wrecked
yes.
everything. So.
Yeah,
Yep. Well, no. Now's your chance. You still do have the perfect record. So.
exactly.
Yes.
Nice.
It's still going to be the 5th one. It's just that 3-year gap in between.
Yeah.
We'll see. Are you worried about any of these up and coming artists? No. You're not taking this.
know.
You're not as
No.
You're not as concerned about keeping the title as
I was really kind of looking for all of them.
Yeah.
Winning all of them, but
Yeah.
the only one I really compete with is myself.
Yeah.
I try and get better every year.
No, that's
So.
that's probably the right way to approach it.
There's always going to be somebody better than you.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
So.
This is probably the case. Yeah. There's probably much better podcasts than the Frame Center podcast, right?
Well, this
Scott?
is only the second one. Give us time.
yeah.
We haven't even
But
got
we're
our audio
competing with
track.
ourselves. I already think we're better than the last one, right?
It's very true. Exactly. Much more free flowing this time. So.
This is my first podcast ever. So.
Oh, see, so there you
Nice.
go. Yeah.
Well,
It's nothing
you're
to
setting the bar.
All right.
No. So you also have a booth set up for Hanover Days.
Yes.
And
Yep.
Yeah, where's that going to be at?
At the Sylvester Center School Field,
Ah, okay. And that's on Saturday? Or is that
the 25th.
the 25th? Yep, so that would be, yep.
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday the 25th.
Yeah.
Is that an all-day thing, or is it?
Yes. Yeah, they have Friday night. They have
The
let's see,
fireworks?
They have fireworks.
The fireworks
they have,
display,
like, a
that's right,
battle of the
yeah.
bands.
Mm-hmm.
They have a carnival.
Yeah, Carnival's always good.
Yeah, and then they have all the booths set up on Saturday.
Oh, excellent.
So
Yeah.
lots of vendors. Maybe a Frame Center booth one of these years.
Yeah.
Our other guest today. I think he's had a booth there in the past, Sean. But I don't know if he. I don't think he has one again this year. But so, what will you be selling at your booth, Mary?
Artwork.
Just artwork, and
Artwork.
just using it to get yourself out there to
Yeah.
the community.
Yep.
Letting the people that aren't aware of Hanover's award winner, maybe some
Yeah.
of the people from outside of Hanover that will be here who haven't heard of you.
I don't have a storefront. I have a studio in the back half of my garage.
Yep,
So
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. And a website.
yep, I have a website.
What's
Yep.
that?
Mary Gilmartin Art.
Nice,
There we go.
direct, right to the point.
Exactly.
Yep, that's it.
Gotta get those plugs
it.
in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So why don't we, do you want to show off what you might be giving a little sneak preview of?
Sure.
Let's see here.
We're recording it, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, where's this of?
That is Bluefish River in Duxbury.
Nice.
So it's not actually it's my first year not doing a Hanover painting, but I'm from
Yeah.
Hanover, so I'm still eligible.
Dave keeping you working in the basement too long to go and do scouting things for it. I understand. Yeah.
I think she's trying to take it to the next level. She's making it more difficult for herself by not choosing a Hanover scene.
I got you. Yeah.
Well, Mary, thank you for stopping by, telling
Well,
us,
thank
helping
you.
it, filling us in on all things Hanover Days.
All right.
Hopefully, people will come out, see you, and maybe we'll get you to, maybe you'll be wearing some of the new Frame Center merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
on
Sure.
Hanover Days. You could use a hat. It might be sunny or it might be raining out there. Good luck on.
As long as we don't have hail this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good luck on selling artwork, and
Thank
good
you.
luck with the attempt to take down the 5th straight Hanover.
Yeah, I want another.
Jury dart celebration.
Yes,
There you go.
and that and many other awards I'm sure will be up there that you will be eligible for as well.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, because what medium is that?
Oil.
Oil, see?
So oil and
Oil's
acrylics.
one of them, yep,
What,
oil
what
and
else do we got?
acrylics.
What else do we got, Scott? Awards going out for photography.
We got one for photography, there's drawing, oil and acrylic share category, watercolors, there's mixed media, there's a jewelry wearable art, and a 3D art for sculptural design and things along those lines. So, plenty of categories.
Nice.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming out of the basement, Mary.
All right.
You
Thank
know, pulling yourself away from making those frames, and sitting down and talking with us for a second, or standing up and talking with us for a few minutes.
Greatly
First
appreciated.
podcast down. Maybe we'll have you
First
back.
guest appearance down.
Yep. Maybe we'll have you back to flaunt your the title.
Oh yeah. Just with
Hope
like
so.
5 ribbons on, just all the way.
Because our audience is going to want to know. Yeah.
Well, we're going to try and do something from the Hanover show itself. So hopefully, maybe if we can get the winners in here for a little recording session.
Nice. I like it. Well, maybe you'll be back with our second, your second podcast.
You'll already be
appearance.
seasoned, ready to go.
Yep.
You'll already know all about this. It'll be great.
Yeah, look at us. We're pros now.
Yeah. Second time's always easier.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, again, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you on the 23rd.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, we got Sean now. All of a sudden, this podcast is bringing in guests like crazy.
Right. Second guest appearance in 5 minutes.
Came here just for the podcast.
Podcast, yep. Well, we're happy to have you. What's tell us a little bit about your background, Sean, and why you're actually qualified to be a judge for Hanover Days.
Let's see, I've been a photographer for almost 20 years now. I've sold cameras for 15 of those years. I've owned my own photo lab for the last 10.
I guess that counts.
Yeah.
Take a lot of pictures, print a lot of pictures,
Yeah.
help people with pictures.
Pretty good photographer.
Most people
I
in
do
town
okay.
go to you when they need something printed. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a beauty of yours downstairs right now. One of my favorites.
I know, you want to take it home.
Yeah, it's going home with me eventually. We're giving it a chance,
it gets too many compliments when people walk through the door. It's the first thing they see.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I like it a lot. If we can sell the frame first,
I see.
everyone wins. But
I can always make
when
more.
but when we're ready to move on from it, that's going back to my house. So the place is in your place is in Norwell, right?
Hanover.
Or is Hanover now?
It's technically Hanover,
Yeah,
right
it's
behind the Norwell Stop and Shop.
Okay. Yep.
Mm.
You moved from down the street, but you handle everything over there from,
Any kind of printing, I'd say framing, but
yeah. Well, maybe you can do mild framing,
It's
but
a collaborative effort.
but we're not upset about your framing.
no.
We offer some minor printing. It's really that stuff. I think we've talked about this numerous times. It's kind of it's not like we're not trying to get into the printing business, but if it's a convenience factor for for our customers, so they don't have to go to you first and then come over here. Sometimes we'll offer some. We'll take care of some printing, but we send numerous people over to you.
Oh yeah.
Or they come to me and then I bring it down here.
Yeah.
It's a pretty symbiotic relationship there. We kind of both benefit each other,
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You don't want to take on some crazy shadow box projects and whatnot, but I mean,
I do not.
Yeah.
Plus, also, we don't always know everything about depth of field and pixelation and all kinds of other stuff. So that's your specialty.
Yeah.
I do know a lot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Because we're gonna have to go over that at some point, so we can offer explanations to people about things such as ratios and a resolution of photographs. Because I'm sure you've had to give that spiel on numerous occasions.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Yep. So a lot of times people don't really understand the grasp why an 8x10 an image that's at a a 2-to-1 ratio doesn't fit into something that's not a 2-to-1 ratio.
Well, it's like the game when you were a kid and you have all the little blocks and you got to put them in the right holes.
Square peg round hole situation.
The rectangle doesn't always fit in the square.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, how come this 5x5 can't be a 5x7? And then you're cropping it.
Yep.
You're going up to the 7, and then you're cropping down a bit. And sometimes people have a hard time at visualizing that, or
Yeah, they want all that picture in there, and if they want to see all that picture in there, they're gonna be very tall, skinny people as you squish it together to make it all work. It doesn't quite work.
The hard part is the standard sizing has changed from your 4x6, 5x7, 8x10. Cameras take a picture in an 8x12 ratio.
format,
So if you're going to do an 8x10, you're going to lose your sides.
yeah. Is that why the sizes have changed? I noticed that a lot. Like a lot of the images when I've had to print things, it's all like it formats to an 8x12 in most cases.
Yep, but it never changed from the original 4x5 format when people used to shoot on like 4x5 view cameras and stuff like that.
Really?
4x5 is the same as an 8x10.
Yep.
And that size just stuck.
Yep.
So that's what we ended up with. 8x10, 1620, 2024, 2430 are all right about the same.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you look at like a full frame camera sensor, you're going to be 8x12, 1624, 2030, 2436.
All right, so I know nothing about cameras. I just know about frames, and I just know about standard size frames because like I just have always been around frames and like standard sizes, so they're always the sizes. So what is it about about the cameras that is it just
It's just the shape. So like when 35 millimeter film came out, they started going into a longer, skinnier format versus more of like a boxy. So when you try, and I don't know why the frames, like the standard frame sizing didn't change along with that invention of 35 millimeter, but that ratio stayed the same and the frame stayed the same, so they just don't align right.
Yeah.
Always something cropped out or left behind.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like we mess around with like we've been adding like squares a ton too because they like the Instagram.
That's the social media influence right there. That's that.
Yeah, I mean that seems like that's been a for us with like our ready-made stuff that we make out of leftover parts in our pieces of frames, like squares are nice and easy to put together. They also have a cool look, especially if you're incorporating a lot of things. But there's
For gallery walls, definitely.
Cameras aren't shooting at a square at this point.
No.
No.
I mean, a lot of cameras now, especially with like the new mirrorless cameras, you can change the ratio in the camera.
What's a mirrorless camera?
It doesn't have a mirror in it.
Cameras have mirrors in
But
them?
thank you very much.
And it's the next form of digital camera versus like having a mirror and prism box. So your viewfinder is another little screen on top of, instead of looking directly through the lens.
Yeah, I think this is why I'm not qualified to be the photography judge, because I didn't even realize that a camera has a mirror inside of it.
But like with the ready-mades that you guys have been making, like the 12x16s are great because people can put an 8x12 right in it and have an even mat without
2-inch
funky
all the way around.
borders.
Yep.
Or like a 14x18. And having some of those sizes available is always nice because you're not going to find them
Yep.
like on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah, you can't go to Target and just pick one up.
Or the dreaded Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So most things are in a 3 to 4 ratio. Then it's either 3 to 4 or 4 to 5.
3 to 4, 2 3.
2 3.
2 3 4.
Yep.
4 5 is going to be like your 8x10, 1620.
Yep.
And if you're looking at a photo from like a digital SLR, it's going to cut the sides. The hard part now that we run into is with the phones. There's all different kinds of formats that the phones will take them in, whether it's 4x7, which there's really nothing for.
Is there like a thing on your phone that decides what size you're shooting at? Yeah. Really?
You
Interesting.
got the new iPhone, Dave. You know. It's in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know that. But, I was unaware.
Actually, you need a new
Yeah, he
iPhone.
needs a new
There's
iPhone.
only
No,
two
no,
lenses on the back of that.
Exactly. Yeah, he's gonna get
I'm
the-
overdue. But yeah, I mean, so do most people even realize that when people come in to print photographs, or do they?
Oh no, not at all.
No, the average Joe is just going to point and
So
shoot.
you have it. Your phone's like defaulting to like a certain
Yeah,
setting.
like a phone will default to. I think it's like if you were to size it to like a 4x6, it would be like a 4.5x6.
Yep. Yeah, 4.5. But yeah, I feel like those are like, because the simple printing that I'm doing are generally like people's
Yeah, and you do like
phone photographs.
You do a 4.5x6, and then you can't find a frame for it.
Yep. Without the cropping. Yeah.
Unless Rit's camera was still around, we used to have them there. But
Yeah. Yeah, and then for when I'm sneaking on people's social media for Free Frame Friday, 4.5x6 is one, and then it's like I feel like it's 5.25x7.
yeah. If you upsize it, that's what they end up at.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on our websites uploading, when we have upload a photo to print and frame, there's always that little part where you got to select, gives you the selection, because most of the time it's going to be a little section that's going to get cropped off. You know, when it first comes up as the 4x6 selection, I noticed it when I was playing around with it earlier today.
Yep.
You know, little small section of the photograph was missing. So, but
So how do people find you, Sean?
Come by. I'm
Come
always
by.
there.
visit in person.
Website though, or more?
If you do website, we have gossphotolab.com. Is a little dated. Working on a new one. Will be up eventually.
Yep, I
but
know.
we have-
I
You
know
feel that
that
pain?
we know that pain.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah, we
working on
have
it.
print ordering and stuff through there. I'm working on building like a pretty website. This one's not that pretty, but it works.
Yeah,
That swing on by. I know
Still have
you
the
have my
kiosks.
cards here. Yep.
Yep.
We have kiosks in the shop, so if you have like a memory card or something like that, we can pop it in there and print from there. Anything from like a picture to go in a locket.
Yep.
Up to I don't know 4 feet by 100 feet, something like
Jeez,
that.
there you go. What about restoration? You do photo restoration and stuff there?
Yep, we do a
Scanning.
lot of photo restoration. We deal with a lot of old stuff as well.
Yeah.
A lot of negatives, prints. We do video transfers as well.
Oh, nice.
What else do we do? I do a lot of stuff.
So let me ask you this, because like people with like resolution, like people when they send the photographs over, they like, do you find like people end up just like sending the smallest file because they think it's going to be the easy like,
Either it's
and
going
then
to
it
be
doesn't then the resolution doesn't work out right.
so. Half the time, it's about a 50-50 split on why we get small files.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're texted to the person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if
Text
they're
encryption.
texted from an Android phone, it lowers the resolution.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an iPhone to iPhone, it actually keeps the same resolution. So like those files are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
And what do you
or-
think of like an iPhone picture now? Like if you don't do anything with it, like how big do you feel like it's usually safe to blow those up to?
I did a 40 by 40 today.
Oh, wow.
And does it the subject
Looks-
matter, or is it like
Subject and lighting definitely matter.
Yeah.
So iPhone pictures, if you want to blow them up big, if it's a nice bright day outside,
Yeah.
you'll generally get like a nice clean image to be able to enlarge. Because with resolution, it's not necessarily the file size,
Yeah.
but it's the quality of the file on top of that.
Okay.
Because like I can make a massive file that'll print terribly,
Yeah.
but you know, like a nice bright day out of like an iPhone, you can easily get like good 16 by 20s. Going bigger than that, it's really going to be on like a image per image basis.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes with some of the bigger ones too, and I don't know if you're not on top of them as much. Like on the smaller ones, like 1620, like. But once you get like to like a 20 by 24 or like a 20 to 28, it's you're not really you are stepped back from them a little bit. So sometimes the resolution isn't as big of a deal. But then when you get up close, I mean, you start to see that pixelation in your
right. And the best way to hide it if you are dead set on printing a small file large is like a canvas print is textured, so it will also hide some of that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Especially if it's like a landscape and there's a lot of grass, or around here like seagrass and marsh, you can get away with
Throw some
enlarging
non-glare
beyond
glass on
what it
Clouds,
should.
non-glare glass.
non-glare glass.
A little
Yeah,
bit of the
that's
fuzzy glass.
Yeah.
So you got that, and then also we see low ones come through when they're just not emailed correctly.
Yeah, yeah, that's the
that
button, right?
compresses, yeah.
Actual size, right?
If you're doing it through your phone, it'll ask you small, medium, large, actual size. Always send it actual size, no matter what size you want us to print.
Yeah.
Um,
In that is now, does that make it, the emails are like you can only get like a couple on there too, right? Because I feel like that's
25
the reason
megabytes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's like the standard for email, and
Yep.
so like I feel like sometimes people are like they send it one, and then it'll be like a bigger. Then like they put like 5 or 6, or they're just trying to like send as few emails as possible. Or
Yeah,
something.
and I mean, if someone's trying to do that, like if you have a good amount that you want to print, and let's say trying to like upload images through the website, and if like on our website, the first time you do it could be easier, but like once you get it, it's really easy. But if you have like a handful and you go, oh, I just want like 4x6s of all these, and there's 100 pictures, using like Google Drive
Yep.
is
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Or like Google Photos, if you make an album, then you can share it. That's a good way to send like large files in bulk easily.
Yep.
And I know with like Google, they give you like 15 gigs of storage for nothing. So that's always one easy way to do it.
Yeah, storage. That's my phone problem. The storage. Yeah.
They should also not compromise the photo before sending it to you, right? Send the full photo. Don't crop it down. Don't alter it. Before
Right.
sending it
Yeah.
to you.
I mean, if they're gonna edit it, that's fine. You know,
I've
we have
seen
a
that
lot
issue
of-
come up a couple times where somebody's like, "Oh, I pre-cropped it down to the person I just want to see on stage or something," and
Yeah, it's
you
like,
know,
well,
it's like people cutting the newspaper up for us
Exactly.
because they want to
Yeah.
help. You know, it's like, all right, well, we're gonna cut this newspaper and like trim it a little close.
I want to see all of it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's coming from a phone or something, it's always best to send like an uncropped file.
And just tell us what you want to see.
Right, because we can crop it in to the point without going too far.
Right.
You know, and then if they're a photographer and like working with images on Lightroom, I know the export settings can get tricky, or things can get left checked to like export like a small file if they were gonna like upload it to Instagram. But then they send us that file. But I mean,
Trials
there's
and tribulations of photo
But-
printing.
the hard part is the art world and the technology world are like clashing at the same like currently. It used to be a lot simpler.
Have you seen any of that, like the AI art yet?
Oh, it's wild.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's wild.
Lord sent me a couple of videos, about that stuff. It is insane.
Oh, has he done AI drawings of you yet? Those are hilarious.
No, can you do that?
Yeah, you can do like AI drawings of people and stuff, and it's wicked funny.
No shit. I
Interesting.
gotta try that.
It works best with famous people, but like,
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
With this podcast, me and Scott are gonna be famous in
Exactly.
no time. You know. But yeah, no.
We're getting
it's-
tens and tens of views.
So do you? Is that anything you're trying to stay on? Like
I pay attention
just interested,
to it.
interested, not like something you're planning to pursue.
Me personally, no.
I think it's scary for some. Like some of the stuff is like, I mean, it's so good. Like some of the videos he showed me were like, it's so good that it's like
Oh, the Snapchat
it's gonna be
filters, man.
tough for Oh yeah, that too.
It's
Make
wild.
people look. Yeah. I mean, the amount of filters that we have to use to make me look good in these the editing process is very important. I mean, is that basically what some of those like the filters are? Like that's basically
It's
what
all
they are.
it's all AI stuff.
Yeah.
And it uses like facial mapping, like the same thing that works on like your iPhone now to open it when you
Yeah.
look at it. They're using that sort of mapping and manipulation to be able to do it. There's even stuff like that in Photoshop now too,
Yeah.
Oh really?
where you can like change people's facial expressions and stuff like that.
Yeah, in Photoshop. Speaking of Photoshop, I mean, you do a lot of restoration. Yeah, I know you've
Yep.
helped me out on a couple of projects for people, and they're like, "Oh, can you cut this hand out?" Or
Oh yeah, we do a lot of restoration, a lot of old photos, a lot of.
How many old cracked wedding photos have you probably had to fix?
At this point, I have no idea.
Exactly. It's just I know how many we get in here, so.
I mean, I checked how many rolls of film I've done this year. Like that, I haven't checked the restorations yet.
Yeah.
film. Is film still a big thing?
People just finding them in the back of a junk drawer and bringing them in to see what they are. Or...
That and shooting it still.
Really?
I mean, even like Mike Sleeper still shoots.
oh
film.
yeah, sleeper. Yeah.
So we get a mix. We get art people, young people are into it. Anybody who's buying vinyl records now is probably trying to shoot film.
Yeah. You don't shoot film,
I
or
do.
You shoot both? You do both?
Yep, I shoot film like for fun on my own.
Yeah.
For like a multitude of reasons. Like I think it's fun and it's fun to mess around with. If I'm out with like my family,
Yeah.
you're not glued to like the back of the screen. Like you take a picture and like that's it. Like it either came out or it didn't. You won't know till you're done.
Yeah.
So I find it to keep you more in the moment
Yeah.
with stuff like that. And I have machines and chemistry I need to keep in check. So if there's any problems, I like to have film of my own that I can run before
Gotcha.
running
Makes sense.
customers. And like just making sure that everything's okay. Because it's expensive to mess it up.
Yes.
Yeah, but you've been at it so long that you started with film, right? And then,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I started shooting.
How was that transition when when
digital
digital
revolution.
started? Did you resist it like
I didn't
someone like
really-
Mike or
No,
or
I didn't
did
really resist it. I started shooting probably late 90s, early 2000s is when I like first started like picking up a camera and playing with it.
Now this is with film or
yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and like and my dad was a photographer, so like I got like a bunch of his old stuff.
Yep.
And always shot with film. And then 2003 I started selling cameras.
Yep.
And we were still selling, we were probably selling 70% film, 30% digital, because
Yep.
digital cameras were still really expensive. In 2004, I got a Canon 20D, and I was like blown away by the thing. It was awesome to be able to go out and shoot and do all this stuff. But I didn't trust it completely when I would like shoot a wedding. I'd shoot like half and half.
Yep.
And then as like time went on, the Canon 5Ds came out. I bought 2 of those and sort of like forgot about film for a long time. Other than like I still processed it at work and like did that sort of stuff.
So what's the difference when you see a digital file or or when you see a finished product? Can you tell if it's digital or if it's film?
Oh, generally.
What's the giveaway?
If you're looking at like Mike Sleeper's work,
Yep.
he's using, I think he still shoots like Velvia 50 for a lot of his stuff, like Velvia slide film, which is a really, really fine grain. But you get a lot of people who shoot like Ilford 400, and the grain that's produced from the film is different than grain that you'd add digitally to like give the same effect.
Because I know he says like his stuff blows up really big because it's film, and that.
I mean, I would agree and disagree at the same time. He does do drum scanning, which means you can get like a really, really large file out of it, and be able to blow them up that big. The digital cameras now, if you look at like a medium format digital camera or like even like the Canon R5s that I use, I've done 60, 80 inch prints with.
Yep.
And there's a car downstairs, which is
Yep.
massive. So it can be done. If you have the right caliber of camera and know how to like upscale it to do it. And that goes for film too. Like you have to scan it properly to be able to enlarge it that big.
Yep.
If you just dropped off a roll of film and got standard scans back, it's not going to blow up that big, not even close.
So what do? You just is that the DPI type when you scan it, or is
it's going to be your DPI, and the scanners make a big difference. So like I have bulk scanners where we'll run like whole rolls of film and get images back that you can do like nice 8x10s out of.
Yep.
And then I also have like a Hasselblad scanner if we're going to blow something up massive. But that will also produce like a 2 gig file out of, like a 645 negative.
Yep.
So it's a lot more to work with.
Yeah, that stuff's a little bit beyond me.
Yeah, I glazed over about when we talked about film to digital. I was I'm like, that is a lot to know, which is why you have a specialty shop.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And like I grew up around it, so like for me, I've been around it so long that I've watched all the transitions and
Yep.
and I use both mediums like on the regular.
What was your father's history with photography? Who did he shoot for somebody? Did he shoot?
He did like weddings and stuff like that. And he was just like a camera nerd. He was like the dad running around with like the
Taking pictures of everybody.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, 3 different cameras on at one time.
Yeah.
That kind of situation. Yeah.
And when you shoot a lot of weddings, and you're still shooting the cars, right? A lot of
I
cars.
do. I shoot with IMSA, and sometimes I do it freelance. Sometimes I'm hired to do it, and that's like in 2 weeks I'm going out to New York and photographing races out there.
Yep.
Nice.
That's a nice for you, like nice connection for you because you're into the cars.
Yeah, and I used to do it a long time ago with Audi, and then again like stepped away from it for a while when like Audi lost all their sponsorships and stuff with like 2009 and that whole financial collapse that we're reliving.
Yeah.
And then just started going as a fan and then got back into it. doing freelance stuff. So usually, if I can pay for my trip out there, I have fun.
There you go. Yeah.
And then I do fine art portrait work, weddings, some family portraits and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like bill myself as a family portrait photographer.
Yeah.
But I'll do it if people ask,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the time. And then I used to do a lot of landscape stuff, but it's been trickier with a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. That changes things.
Yeah.
Now,
If I can't schedule it, it's
now what about the Globe? Do you do stuff for the Globe? I know that you do work with Bill a lot, and like if that.
I've had stuff published for the Globe.
Yep.
And I've shot some events for Bill because he wasn't able to make it.
Yep.
And then like most recently, the Globe published a bunch of my stuff from like the 2020 protests and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about like showing me some of the shots from that stuff.
Yeah, so like some of that, and if I do like, there's different events that I'll go to just because I want to go. And
To
then,
the event.
Yep, and then sometimes
bring your camera and it gets you in
right.
the door.
Like sometimes they'll pick up pictures, sometimes they won't. If they do, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to be around for Hanover Day, I'd probably get some of that stuff posted through like the Globe and Bill's site as well.
Yep.
I might send Bill down here for Hanover Day to run around with a camera for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is Bill? What's the relationship with Bill? Is he like a mentor to you in a way, or
He's
is
like
he?
my surrogate grandpa.
Yeah.
Actually, he's probably closer to my dad. Him and my dad are pretty close in age. I've just been working with Bill forever.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a great guy.
Yeah. No, I mean I've dealt with him for a number of years on the framing end. I mean.
Yeah.
But great guy. I just didn't know what and I see him when I go over to your shop. When I'm at your shop, I see him over there a number of times, and I just didn't know if. And the whole Globe stuff. I know that there's a relation.
I slowly took over like managing all his files.
Yep.
Because he is technologically impaired.
Does
so
he shoot
That
film?
generation gap there.
He does not shoot film, but he shoots digital. He's actually part of the reason he's one of the things I got stuck with when I was coming over, because he showed up like as I was trying to leave.
Yeah.
To like download, like he uses my computer and downloads. I download all his files, then he edits them, and then I get them shipped off to go onto his site and onto his Facebook. And if we need to put stuff to the Globe, we do that.
Yeah.
So I kind of like manage like that whole side of like what he does, which frees him up so he doesn't have to know about it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you can just concentrate on clicking, taking the pictures.
Right. Because yeah, he likes to be moving. He doesn't like to sit in front of a computer and manage all that stuff.
It makes sense.
Did you help with him and Carrie did the books? Was that
I helped with his last 2 books. I
Yep.
did a lot of the retouching and stuff for him.
Yep.
Me and Mike Petroselli did a lot of the retouching in those, and I helped with like some of the layout and stuff like that.
Nice.
But I didn't start doing all that until after that book that him and Carrie put out.
Yep.
Or else I probably would have been on that one too.
Yeah.
And we're working on a new one, I think.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, he's collected stuff. I think he wants to make this his last book and like make it actually about himself. For once.
There. That's
Yeah,
cool. That's
there you go.
cool.
Yeah.
I just like digitized and archived like the last like 40 years of his career.
Oh, jeez.
Is he slowing down, not shooting as much? And if he is that going to turn into you having to do do more Globe events?
I've done like some of the party stuff. It's not necessarily for me. I've met some really cool people doing it.
Yep.
But I think.
Well, that's his thing now, right?
Right.
But
He does all like if there's a big fundraiser going on
Yeah.
for A, B, C, or D, he's there snapping away. Sometimes he'll hit like 3 or 4 parties in a day.
Yeah.
But I know he's slowing down a bit. He has to be home for his wife who's been sick.
Yep.
And he's just he tries not to stray as far as he would, or be away for like an entire day. So
Yeah.
like, I know he was out shooting a wedding or something yesterday, and that's what he's over at my shop editing now.
Nice. Well,
At 77, I don't know why he's still doing it, but you know.
Hey.
yeah. Well, we'll see if we can get him out at Hanover Days. Yeah.
I'll get him out there.
Yeah.
Give him something to do. That's not far away. He'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Awesome.
It'd be good to have him here.
Yeah, get him by for the event.
Exactly.
You can pick up a frame. Yeah.
I'll do it.
Cool. Well, I think we should have Sean back for sure. I think his knowledge on some of this stuff is fantastic. I don't know.
Well, thank you.
What does our producer think?
Yes.
You got a thumbs up.
Thumbs up from the producer. I think we should definitely have Sean back. I think there's a lot of subjects that we could cover.
Exactly, yeah.
Fun conversations.
You can get me and Mike in here and we can have a debate.
Yeah,
Ooh,
if we argue about digital versus film. I think.
I mean, I'd probably agree with him on a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
I have the same camera he does, so I
Yeah.
can't
But it would
argue
be
too
good to hear
much.
from the same thing for the two different sides. There's nothing wrong with that. So
Oh, yeah.
it'd be great to.
Oh,
get
it
everybody's
might
opinion
make
on
for a
it.
good education for us.
Exactly.
I don't want you falling asleep over there, Scott.
No, it's,
I got a lot of questions about
I
these
mean,
sort of things.
no, I'm learning as I go here. This is better for me so that I can help people downstairs when they come in with information.
Yeah.
This is
Mike
all,
Sleeper's dedication to film photography.
Yeah.
With his ladder and his giant tripod out in the middle of the
His
night.
waiters.
Don't forget the canoe.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
waiters.
the canoe. The canoe.
Yep, we got him lined up. We're gonna try to get him on here. Felt maybe we'll have him on, by himself first.
I mean, I want
Then
to
again,
check.
you guys
I want
both
to
there at
check
the
out
same
his
time.
convertible. So like,
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, we could do it from the convertible. That'd be great.
Yep.
We'll do.
Yeah, there might be some live broadcasting of Hanover Days. Me and Scott pulling people aside.
Mhm.
Maybe
For sure.
maybe we get some details from you also on some on why what you thought of some of the artwork.
Yeah, some of the
and
thoughts,
whatnot.
whether these
Oh,
people
for sure.
are experienced or these are their first time, or we had a lot of new artists pop up this year when they found out when they were stuck at home that they actually had some artistic talent. So
I don't know. One of the other years, I bought one of the first pieces someone ever
That's-
entered in. So
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Which one was that?
I bought Eva's print of the weird little dancing skeleton.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna set it up without this whole back room though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with
Still
the
look good.
limited
well, we
space.
got a dedicated space now, so there
Yeah.
will be nothing in between. We don't have to take down anything.
Yeah,
move stuff
that's
around,
definitely gonna be
clean it
easier
all
for us.
out, and
Oh, for
it'll,
sure.
But we got over 50 entries, so
Good
with one per person, that's 50 different artists showing up. So
Are you guys going all the way down the stairs too?
depends on what we
I
have to
don't-
put up.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. My involvement of hanging and stuff is, I've been pushed out. I don't have, I'm sure I'm gonna offer an opinion. And
Between
I'm sure
Dina and Karen.
I'm sure I'm gonna, maybe if they need a hand with something, I'm gonna be here to help out. But this is, this is Dina's baby. She's.
I gotta ask Dina when my stuff's supposed to go up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right after Hanover Day or not.
Oh, well, when your stuff goes up, we'll have to do this again.
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be great to have you in and talk.
We could even
about
just
some of
we
your
can
stuff.
tour the pieces. We can go around and
Yeah,
talk about
try
each
to
piece as we
try
go
to get
around.
mobile.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Sean.
Anytime.
And thanks for the coffee.
No problem.
All right. Cool.
All right. Thanks very much.